Alright guys, always remember your power, okay? Always remember your power. And I don't care who you are. If somebody makes you feel like you're not worthy, or somebody makes you feel like you're not important, don't listen, right? I mean, we all have our days. We all have certain preferences of people we like. But we all have people that we prefer in our lives, and people that we want to spend time with more, and people that we would, I mean, in our heads we would judge, right? We all have judgments in our heads, right? Instantly, like they're just automatic, right? But to act on them and to be like that, you just don't want to meet a person like that, right? So we don't want to judge people like directly or call people on our judgments, right? But in general, every single one of us has judgments in our head automatically that come into our mind, right? So if we have those judgments, as long as we don't say anything or act on them, and we don't use that against anyone, or we don't bother people with what we believe is the judgment, right? And everybody's different, right? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? So what my preference of a person is to me, to someone that's like a model like me too, is totally different, right? So don't like some people can just judge you, and you might be like, oh no, why do they judge me or whatever, right? Or whatever. But the same kind of person might be like, think you're the most amazing thing, right? So don't ever listen if they do judge you, right? So don't ever listen to anyone's judgments or anybody saying anything. And remember, guys, the more powerful you are and the bigger star or starlet you are, sometimes you deal with a lot more, and you might think, well, why would that happen, right? It doesn't make sense. I mean, you would think that the bigger the star or starlet, the more praise they would get and all that. That is true too, right? But you have to remember, when you're good looking or you're super talented, people feel inferior naturally. They don't want to. That's not something they choose to feel. But their instant reaction, or maybe they like you, want to date you, and if you don't show any signs of interest, they might be upset, right? That's a natural response, right? Especially if you're like super gorgeous or super good, right? The natural response is, oh my God, look, and then even if you're not even intentionally doing anything, if you give a response that doesn't seem like you like them or whatever, then they automatically react a certain way, right? So don't feel bothered by people saying things. Shine your light bright, and obviously you can't assume anything either, because some people might really like you, maybe they're having a bad day, and you're like, oh my God, they just judged me, right? So don't assume anything either, right? Maybe they're just judging everybody that day because maybe they went through a divorce or whatever, so you can't assume anything, right? Anyway, bye guys, totally enjoy, bye now.